Hello, I'm back, and I'm not even gonna make any silly excuses today. This morning was like Christmas morning. Just so you know, all this Smarty Pig emails, it was ridiculous. Like, I was groggy when I got up, and it left me immediately. So Courtney and I have divided up some of the thank yous because we both had some stories that we wanted to tell, and we were both excited to say thank you to everyone. Obviously, as you can see in our little friend, our pigometer over there, we have reached our goal and gone a little above, which is insane. So first, I want to do the thank yous again because my story will probably go really long because I seem to have no filter today. I think it's too much coffee. Okay, so the thank yous, we have Megan Ward Jones again, even though she told me not to mention her again because she already donated once. We have Lars Larson, Amy Warden, and Brendan Gustafson, who is very lovingly called Gus in our world. So thank you to all of you, and the rest of you will be thanked a little later today. The story I'm going to tell today, I like it because it's one of those kind of weird things in life. Parts of it are funny, but it does end in a strange way, so I just want to say that now because I'll probably be awkward when I get there. And also, I'll be writing the this week's blog resolution, whatever, shortly. So it's a busy day on the blog. We are going to be bombarding you every 5 seconds. So this story happened a few years ago. Courtney was coming here to visit and to go see the Bare Naked Ladies concert. We are diehard fans, and every time we go see them, it's something weird and crazy happens. But this particular time, we had decided to try some alternative medicine practices. I think I had a gift certificate or something. And so I signed up for acupuncture and cupping, and Courtney was a sport and also did cupping. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's basically what gives Gwyneth Paltrow weird bruises on her back. They take these cups, and I'm not really even sure what happens. I just know fire's involved, and then they blow it out. They put it on your back and kind of move it around. And the way they described it, instead of massage where they dig in on knots, this kind of pulls everything apart. So we'll get to whether that's effective a little later. But it was also around the time where I was having some issues with Shelley's passing. I had, talked to a psychologist or whatever, and it was just kind of dumb. So I had seen whatever Addison from Grey's Anatomy's new show was, and she had acupuncture, and of course she had this great big release, and oh my god, she started crying, and all these pent-up feelings were coming out, and I was like, that's what I need. And it's good when inspiration comes from really stupid shows like that. I've never seen it since. But anyway, we get there. They did my acupuncture first. And like I said, I was expecting big things. And the lady told me, she's like, it doesn't always happen to everyone. Everyone reacts differently. Just kind of go with it and whatever. So I lay there. She puts all the needles in. And then they just kind of leave you in the room alone. And for an entire 10 minutes, I just kept asking myself, do you feel the needles? I don't think I feel the needles. I don't know if I feel, I think I feel one in my foot. I don't know if I feel the needle, for 10 minutes. So there was no release. I did not have some big epiphany about life. But then she came in and asked me, and I had to tell her the truth. I'm like, basically, I felt nothing. And then she asked, she was like, well, is there a problem that you're here trying to heal? And so I kind of told her, I said, my best friend passed away however long ago, and I said I can't sleep because I feel like she's in my room, which I haven't told very many people this, so it's kind of strange I'm telling it right now. But it was this weird sense of her being there, and it was hard because I was really happy she'd be there, but it also really freaked me out. So yeah, I wasn't sleeping, and it was just a really hard time. So the lady tells me, she's like, well, a lot of times when people are having that issue, you just have to tell her to leave. Just say, thank you for being here. I love you and I appreciate it, but you have to leave. And so I just kind of nodded and was like, yeah, okay, I'm totally going to do that. And then we moved on to cupping. Cupping might have been the longest, 40 minutes of my entire life. When I said they move the cups around on your back, the cups are tight against your back, and they're pushing them, and over every nook and cranny of your back. It's painful. It's so painful. And so I'm laying there dying and trying to pretend that I'm okay. And then all of a sudden she stops and she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and stop for today because you're already bruising. So I was bruising as she was doing it. And so I knew I was in store for something surprising on my back later, but I did not know quite the extent. I will post a picture of what my back looked like the next day. But I will tell you, I've never felt so slack and relaxed. I'm kind of a spokesperson for cupping, even though I would never, ever, ever do it again. Maybe if someone paid me, but otherwise I would never do it again. But it did very much relax me. So here's the kind of strange twist. Courtney and I go, of course, to have wine or something right afterwards, even though they say drink water and avoid alcohol after these kind of treatments. And we're sitting there, and I finally told her, I was like, I told the lady I was having the issues with Shelly, and I'm like, she told me to tell her to leave. That's awful. I can't even imagine that. That's so mean. Which is a really weird thing to say, but I thought what a ridiculous thing to say. And Courtney just looks at me, and she goes, I've informed you to leave. And I kind of looked blankly at her, what, you're just repeating, and you used a little bit of different words? I don't get it. And she goes, no, the Barenaked Ladies song. And then it hit me, this song I had listened to and sang along to all this time, I didn't get the meaning. And it just really all sank in, and it was one of those surreal moments where, I felt like the world just crashed in front of me, and it's such a silly thing because it's just a song, but the lyrics to that song, it just felt so good because I knew someone else had gone through it, and it's of course someone's gone through it. Death is, it happens every day, but just to have to hear it in a song and hear exactly how I was feeling. And then we went to the concert that night and they sang it. And, as I said, Courtney and I always go to Barenaked Ladies concerts and usually just, kind of go nuts. And during that song, I was just staring at the singer and kind of felt this moment, wow, he went through what I'm going through. And it turns out it was I think his brother was killed by a drunk driver, so that was the issue that made him sing that song. But I'm going to post it so you can all hear it. It's just one of those moments in life where I just kind of stopped dead in my tracks and really, realized someone else is going through what I've gone through, and that's why I love music, and that's why I love Courtney, for actually noticing that that's what they were singing about. But anyway, that is my story. I want to say thank you one more time because obviously, we set the bar at 500, and what happened, I don't know, but we're so lucky to have people like you, and it's going to feel so good to make that donation in memory of Shelly. It means the world to us. So check back for this week's blog assignment, and then check back again for the remainder of the thank yous and Courtney's story. All right, this is way too long.